she could just download expertise like a software update.
Huh. Wouldn't that be nice?
We can't quite do that yet.
Yeah.
But we can unpack the path to mastery, that fascinating blend of skill, insight, and impact.
Yeah, it's a process that's captivated thinkers really for centuries, and thankfully you've given us Robert Greene's mastery as a roadmap, and we also have some incredible stories of masters throughout history to kind of add even more color to that.
So get ready to go deeper than just practice makes perfect, right? This is about rewiring your mind, tapping into this primal intelligence that's been there all along.
Yeah, think back to our ancestors in the Stone Age, before language. Their survival really depended on this profound connection to their environment. Greene argues that this preverbal intelligence, it's actually what fueled their hunting success. It was a kind of deep pattern recognition that we can still access today.
Okay, that already has me hooked.
Yeah.
So how do we start tapping into this inner master?
Well, it begins with rediscovering your life's task, as Greene calls it. Think back to your childhood. What activities did you gravitate towards, even if they seemed a bit odd or obsessive at the time?
I was all about building elaborate Lego cities. Probably not surprising for someone who loves systems and structures.
Exactly. Those seemingly random childhood passions, they often hold clues to your natural inclinations. Charles Darwin wasn't a stellar student, but his childhood fascination with collecting beetles and other specimens foreshadowed his groundbreaking work in evolution.
And architect Santiago Calatrava, who designs these incredible structures that seem to defy gravity.
His childhood was all about movement and change, constantly building and rebuilding things. That fascination with transformation is really at the heart of his architectural masterpieces.
It's almost like there's this thread running through their lives, from childhood curiosity to a mastery of their craft.
Right. And speaking of threads, the path to mastery, it isn't always a straight line. You might start in one field and discover fascinating side routes that kind of draw you in, like Leonardo da Vinci, who mastered painting but also pursued engineering, anatomy, even botany.
So it's more about staying open to those unexpected turns that pique your interest, allowing your path to unfold organically.
Right.
But once you have a sense of direction, that's when the real work begins, right? The apprenticeship phase.
And this is where many people get it wrong. They focus on chasing titles or money or external validation, but true apprenticeship is about the transformation of your mind, not your resume.
So you're entering this phase not as an expert, but as a humble student, eager to learn from those who have walked the path before you. But Greene argues that this learning process, it isn't always comfortable. He talks about embracing resistance and even pain.
Think of it, like physical training. If you want to build muscle, you have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Bill Bradley, the legendary basketball player, he wasn't naturally gifted. He developed a grueling training regimen, practicing, relentlessly, pushing through pain and fatigue.
And that dedication transformed him into one of the greatest players at all time.
Right, absolutely. And another crucial aspect of apprenticeship is learning from failure. Mistakes and setbacks are inevitable, but instead of seeing them as defeats, masters view them as invaluable feedback.
Okay, now this really challenges the traditional success at all costs mentality. How do we reframe our relationship with failure to make it a more powerful tool for learning?
Think of a machine malfunctioning. You don't get angry at the machine, right? You see it as an opportunity to understand how it works and to improve its design. Henry Ford's early automobile ventures were riddled with failures, but he learned more from those setbacks than he ever could have from immediate success.
It's like those failures were actually essential steps in the iterative process that eventually led him to revolutionize the automobile industry. So it's about shifting our perspective to see failure as a necessary part of the learning curve, rather than a personal defeat.
Precisely. And as you progress through this apprenticeship phase, you're not just honing your technical skills, you're also developing another crucial skill, social intelligence.
Now, this isn't something we typically associate with mastery. Isn't it more about individual brilliance and dedication.
Well, while individual effort is essential, mastery, it isn't achieved in a vacuum. To truly excel, you need to understand the social landscape you're operating in. It's about learning to read people, decipher their motives, and see through facades.
Kind of like becoming a master detective of human behavior.
Exactly. Think of Benjamin Franklin. He wasn't just a brilliant inventor and statesman. He was a master of social maneuvering. His keen observation skills and ability to navigate complex social dynamics, it helped him gain influence and achieve his goals.
So social intelligence becomes this hidden superpower, allowing you to not only understand your craft, but also the people and systems you're working within.
And one of the keys to developing social intelligence is challenging our naive perceptions. We often project our own needs and insecurities onto others, distorting our view of them.
So we need to become more objective observers, detaching from our own emotional biases to see people more clearly.
Right. This allows us to interact with them in a more strategic and effective way. But be aware there are common roadblocks on this path to social mastery. One of the biggest is conformity and the pressure to blend in and suppress your unique qualities.
So it's about resisting the urge to fit in, to embrace those quirks and individual strengths that make you stand out.
Another obstacle is rigidity in your thinking. The world is constantly changing, and you need to stay flexible and adaptable.
It's about being open to new ideas and approaches, even if they challenge your existing beliefs.
And finally, beware of the dangers of self-obsession, ego, and the need for constant praise can derail your progress.
It's easy to get caught up in the accolades and lose sight of the real work.
Stay focused on the process itself, on constantly refining your craft and pushing yourself to learn and grow.
This is fascinating. Social intelligence, it isn't just about being charming or manipulative. It's about becoming a more astute observer of human behavior and using that understanding to navigate the complexities of your chosen field.
Exactly. And as you progress through this apprenticeship, you're naturally accumulating a wealth of knowledge and experience. But true mastery lies in what you do with that knowledge. It's about transforming it into something new, something original.
Which brings us to the next stage, the alchemy of knowledge.
Masters don't just passively consume information. They actively experiment with it, forging connections, sparking new insights. They retain that childlike sense of wonder and curiosity even as they become experts.
It's like they never lose that hunger to learn and explore, to see the world through fresh eyes.
Take Buckminster Fuller, the visionary architect and inventor. He was constantly experimenting, building models, testing ideas, and creating what he called artifacts, tangible expressions of his thought process. This constant experimentation led him to groundbreaking inventions like the geodesic dome.
So it's about moving beyond simply absorbing information and actively engaging with it, manipulating it, and seeing where it leads.
That's the essence of the dimensional mind, a mind that's active, engaged, and constantly seeking to reshape and reinterpret information.
And that brings us to the next stage in the master journey, the creative breakthrough. This is where the magic really happens. But how do we move from simply accumulating knowledge to generating those groundbreaking, world-changing ideas?
It's not a linear process. It's a cycle of tension and insight. Masters embrace both the excitement of discovery and the inevitable doubts that arise along the way. They push their ideas further, refining them, through trial and error.
So it's about finding that balance between embracing the unknown and maintaining the discipline to see the process through.
Exactly. And one of the keys to unlocking this creative breakthrough is learning to identify what Greene calls the fact of great yield.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's a fact of great yield?
It's those anomalies, those intriguing bits of information that don't quite fit the existing paradigm. They often seem insignificant at first, but they spark a sense of curiosity, a feeling that there's something more to discover.
So like those odd puzzle pieces that don't seem to belong, but might actually hold the key to solving the whole puzzle.
Exactly. Marie Curie's discovery of radioactivity came from noticing an anomaly in her experiments, uranium, or emitting more radiation than the uranium itself could account for.
And the founders of Google focused on those seemingly insignificant anomalies in search data, those unusual patterns that no one else was paying attention to.
Right.
Or even Sherlock Holmes with his uncanny ability to notice those negative cues, those things that didn't happen, which often held the key to solving the mystery.
All of these masters recognized the power of those seemingly insignificant anomalies. They saw them not as distractions or errors, but as clues that could lead to groundbreaking discoveries.
So it's about training ourselves to pay attention to those things that don't quite fit, those anomalies that might be whispering secrets about a whole new way of seeing the world.
Absolutely. And along with seeking out these facts of great yield, masters understand the importance of the inside perspective.
Now, what does that mean exactly? Getting inside someone's head.
Not quite. It's about immersing yourself in your subject, experiencing it from the inside out, rather than just observing it from a distance.
So not just reading about something,
Yeah.
but actually getting your hands dirty, experiencing it firsthand.
Think of Daniel Everett, the linguist who lived among the Pirahan people of the Amazon. His deep immersion in their culture led to groundbreaking linguistic insights that challenged existing theories of language. He couldn't have made those discoveries simply by studying their language from afar.
Or Temple Grandin, whose understanding of animal behavior stems from her unique ability to think like an animal, to experience the world from their perspective.
Both of these masters understood that true understanding often comes from a deep visceral experience of your subject. It's about getting past those surface level observations and immersing yourself in the nuances and complexities of your field.
It's almost like becoming one with your subject, seeing the world through its eyes, and it's this deep immersion that ultimately allows you to achieve that magical fusion of intuition and rational thought, the hallmark of true mastery.
Through years of focused effort, you internalize the complexities of your field. You develop a feel for the whole picture, a sense of how the different parts interact and influence each other.
It's like your intuition becomes a finely tuned instrument, guiding your rational thought process towards those aha moments of insight.
And this leads to breakthroughs, to creative leaps that go beyond what the rational mind could have conceived on its own.
But this level of mastery, this seamless blend of intuition and reason, it doesn't happen overnight.
Absolutely. The power of time is crucial. It takes years of dedicated effort, of deep immersion and constant refinement to reach this level.
As Marcel Proust's journey shows, even time that seems wasted can contribute to your development in unexpected ways.
And that's what makes this journey so fascinating. It's not about, shortcuts or quick fixes. It's about embracing the transformative power of dedicated effort and deep immersion.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive. What stands out to you so far?
I'm struck by the idea that mastery isn't some far-off destination reserved for a select few, but a journey of self-discovery and transformation that's available to anyone willing to embrace the process.
I completely agree. And what's really exciting is that this journey isn't about inherent talent or luck. It's about the power of focused effort, of making a conscious choice to cultivate your skills and pursue a path of continuous learning and growth.
And what's particularly intriguing is how this journey of mastery connects to a broader trend. We're seeing a sort of return to reality in many different fields.
A return to reality. Now that's an interesting way to put it. What do you mean?
Well, for decades, there's been this intense focus on, specialization, breaking knowledge down into smaller and smaller pieces.
But we've been stuck in this assembly line of knowledge, hyper-focused on our tiny part of the process.
Exactly, but now there's this growing hunger for a more holistic understanding, recognizing the interconnectedness of things.
So instead of just knowing our little corner of the puzzle, we're starting to see how all the pieces fit together, the bigger picture.
Think about the rise of complexity theory and systems thinking in science. These approaches, they help us understand how seemingly separate elements interact to create, these complex systems.
And we see this trend in healthcare too, right? With a growing emphasis on treating the whole person, not just their symptoms. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of mind, body, and environment.
Yeah, right. It's fascinating how this concept of mastery seems to be, at the forefront of this shift towards a more holistic, integrated way of thinking.
It makes sense when you think about it. True mastery requires you to see those connections, to understand how your specific area of expertise fits into a larger web of knowledge and influence.
Precisely, and as individuals, we can contribute to this trend by embracing our own unique paths to mastery, recognizing that our individual pursuits are part of a larger interconnected tapestry.
So it's about following our own threads of curiosity and passion, knowing that those threads ultimately weave together to create something much larger and more meaningful.
Exactly. And as we delve deeper, as we master our respective crafts, we start to break down those artificial distinctions and categories, that we've created.
We move beyond the limitations of those narrow specializations and start to see the underlying unity, the common threads that connect, seemingly disparate fields.
And that's where the real magic happens. That's when we start to unlock those truly innovative and groundbreaking ideas that can change the world. But of course, this journey isn't without its challenges, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've talked about the importance of embracing failure and pushing past our comfort zones. But what about those internal roadblocks, those sneaky little voices of doubt that can hold us back?
One of the biggest is fear of failure. A fear that's so deeply ingrained in our culture. We're conditioned to avoid it at all costs, often leading us to play it safe rather than taking risks.
And that fear can prevent us from pursuing those bold, innovative ideas that might lead to true mastery. We become so afraid of failing that we never even try.
Right. Procrastination is another major culprit. We put things off, finding endless excuses to delay the real work.
We've all been there. But for someone on the path to mastery, procrastination can be a serious obstacle. It's like we're standing in our own way.
And then there's distraction in today's hyper-connected world. It's harder than ever to stay focused on the task at hand.
Our devices, social media, the constant barrage of information, it can feel like we're constantly battling for our attention.
And that focus, that ability to concentrate deeply is essential for achieving mastery. So how do we overcome these challenges? How do we cultivate that unwavering focus and commitment needed to reach our full potential?
That's the $1,000,000 question. What advice would you give to someone struggling with these internal roadblocks?
Well, first, it's important to understand that these challenges are part of the journey. They're not obstacles to be avoided, but opportunities for growth. Everyone faces them at some point.
So it's about shifting our perspective, seeing those challenges not as signs of weakness, but as stepping stones on the path to mastery.
Exactly, and one of the most effective ways to overcome these challenges is to develop a strong sense of purpose. Ask yourself, why are you doing what you're doing? What's the driving force behind your pursuit of mastery?
It's like finding your North Star, that guiding principle that helps you stay on course even when the seas get rough.
And having a clear purpose, it gives you the fuel to push through those challenging moments, to resist distractions and stay focused on the bigger picture.
So it's not just about passion, it's about about aligning that passion with a deeper sense of meaning and purpose.
Absolutely. And alongside that purpose, developing a disciplined approach to your work is crucial.
So creating routines, setting aside dedicated time for focused effort, and minimizing distractions as much as possible.
Exactly. It's about creating an environment that supports your pursuit of mastery. That might mean, setting boundaries, saying no to certain commitments, or carving out, specific times and spaces for deep work.
And what about the mental game? Are there specific mindsets or attitudes that can help us navigate these challenges more effectively?
Absolutely. Cultivating a mindset of growth and resilience is essential. It's about seeing those inevitable setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities for learning and improvement.
So instead of getting discouraged, we use those experiences to get stronger, to refine our approach and deepen our understanding.
Exactly. And it's also crucial to develop a healthy dose of patience. Mastery takes time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. There are no shortcuts or quick fixes.
We live in a culture obsessed with instant gratification, so embracing that long-term perspective can be a challenge.
It certainly can, but the more we embrace those challenges, the stronger and more resilient we become. And the rewards, both internal and external, are well worth the effort.
You've spoken so eloquently about these different stages of the mastery journey. I'm curious, have there been any moments in your own life where you felt that spark of mastery ignite, where you felt yourself moving to that next level of understanding and skill?
One of the most powerful experiences I've had was during my doctoral research. I was completely immersed in my subject, spending countless hours in the lab, poring over data and testing hypotheses. It was challenging, frustrating at times, but also incredibly exhilarating.
It sounds like you were in that flow state, completely absorbed in the process of discovery.
It was, and then one day it was like all those disparate pieces of information suddenly clicked into place. I had this aha moment, a breakthrough in my understanding that shifted my entire perspective on the research. All those hours of dedicated effort suddenly felt worthwhile.
It's like all that hard work and immersion had reached a tipping point, and you suddenly found yourself on a whole new level of understanding.
It was a truly transformative experience, and it gave me a taste of what true mastery feels like, that sense of deep understanding and effortless flow.
And what about those challenges we've been discussing? Have you faced those internal roadblocks on your own path to mastery?
Oh, absolutely. I've had my fair share of struggles with procrastination and distraction, especially in today's digital age. It's so easy to get pulled in a million different directions.
It's a constant battle for our attention, isn't it?
It is, but I've learned that the key is to develop strategies for managing those challenges. For me, that means creating a structured routine, setting clear boundaries, and minimizing distractions as much as possible.
So it's about being proactive, taking control of your environment and your attention rather than letting them control you.
Exactly. And I've also found that having a strong support system is crucial. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you on your journey, and who understand the challenges you're facing.
It's amazing how this concept of mastery connects to so many different aspects of life, from our personal growth and development to our work, our relationships, and even our approach to knowledge and understanding.
It really is. And what's particularly exciting is that this journey of mastery is a lifelong pursuit. It's constantly evolving. There's always more to learn, more to discover.
It's a journey of continuous growth and transformation, and that's what makes it so rewarding.
And as we delve deeper into this concept, I think it's important to address a common misconception about mastery.
Okay, I'm all ears. What's the misconception?
That mastery is about achieving some sort of flawless perfection. That it's about becoming error-free and eliminating all weaknesses.
Ah, yes. The myth of the perfect expert who never makes a mistake and always has all the the answers.
Exactly, but that's simply not reality. In fact, true masters, they embrace their imperfections. They see their mistakes not as failures, but as opportunities for learning and growth.
They're constantly seeking ways to improve, to refine their craft, to push the boundaries of what's possible.
And that's what makes them so inspiring. They're not afraid to experiment, to take risks,
Yeah.
to fail forward.
So it's about embracing that journey of continuous improvement, recognizing that true mastery is an ongoing process, not a destination.
Precisely. And this brings us to another important aspect of mastery, the idea of legacy. What kind of impact do we want to have on the world? What will we leave behind?
Legacy. Now that's a powerful word. It suggests that our pursuit of mastery isn't just about personal achievement, but about contributing something meaningful to a larger purpose.
Exactly. Masters, they understand that their work has the potential to transcend, their own lifespan to leave a lasting impact on the world.
Think of figures like Leonardo da Vinci, whose work continues to inspire and amaze us centuries later, or Marie Curie, whose groundbreaking research revolutionized science and medicine.
These masters, they left an indelible mark on the world, and their legacy continues to ripple outwards, inspiring future generations to push the boundaries of human knowledge and creativity.
So it's about recognizing that our pursuit of mastery isn't just about ourselves. It's about using our skills, knowledge, and insights to create something that will benefit others, to make a positive contribution to the world.
And this leads to a fascinating question. What does mastery look like in the digital age?
Ah, yes, the digital age, with its rapid pace of change, constant influx of information, and ever-evolving technology.
It's a truly unique landscape, presenting both unprecedented challenges and exciting opportunities for those seeking mastery. How do the principles we've been discussing apply in a world where knowledge is at our fingertips and technology is constantly shifting beneath our feet?
It seems like the digital age requires a whole new set of skills and strategies for those seeking to achieve mastery.
Yeah. On one hand, we have access to more information and resources than ever before. We can connect with experts from around the world, learn new skills online, and collaborate on projects in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago.
The possibilities seem endless, but on the other hand, those same advantages can also become major distractions.
Absolutely. The constant stream of notifications, the allure of social media, the pressure to be constantly connected, it's a constant battle to maintain focus and cultivate the deep immersion required for mastery.
So it seems like the digital age demands a certain level of digital mastery in and of itself.
Absolutely. And one of the most important skills for navigating this digital landscape is the ability to curate information effectively. With so much information available, it's easy to get overwhelmed and lose sight of what's truly valuable.
It's like we're drowning in information but starving for wisdom.
Exactly. Masters in the digital age, they're skilled at filtering through the noise, identifying those sources of information that are most relevant to their pursuit of mastery.
So they're not just passively consuming information, they're actively seeking out those sources that will nourish their growth and deepen their understanding.
And they're also incredibly adept at managing their time and attention. They set boundaries, they prioritize tasks, and they create routines that minimize distractions, allowing them to carve out those precious pockets of time for deep focused work.
It's like they've developed a sort of digital zen. The ability to navigate the digital world with intention and clarity, using it as a tool for growth rather than allowing it to control them.
And they understand the importance of disconnecting from the digital world from time to time, taking breaks from technology to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with with the non-digital world.
So it's about finding that balance between leveraging the power of the digital world and maintaining a healthy distance from it, not letting it become an all-consuming force.
Exactly. And another crucial skill for masters in the digital age is the ability to collaborate effectively online with so many opportunities for virtual teamwork. It's essential to develop the skills needed to communicate clearly, manage projects remotely, and build strong relationships in a virtual environment.
It's a whole new set of social intelligence skills, isn't it? Learning to
Yeah.
then navigate those nuances of communication and collaboration in a digital space.
It is, and masters in the digital age, they're adept at using technology to enhance those collaborative efforts, leveraging the power of online platforms to connect with others, share ideas, and work together seamlessly.
So they're not just using technology to consume information or build individual skills. They're using it to connect with others, to amplify their impact,
Yeah.
and to contribute to something larger than themselves.
Exactly, and they're also using technology to share their own knowledge and expertise with the world, creating online courses, writing blogs, participating in online communities. They're leveraging the power of the digital world to teach, mentor, and inspire others.
It's like the digital age has created a whole new landscape for mentorship and knowledge sharing. Those traditional barriers of time and distance have dissolved, allowing masters to connect with students and collaborators from all over the world.
It's a truly exciting time to be alive, to witness how the principles of mastery are being adapted and applied in this new digital frontier.
And it makes you wonder, what other challenges and opportunities will the future hold for those seeking mastery? How will technology continue to shape this ancient human pursuit?
That's a great question, and one that we'll explore further in the next part of our deep dive. But for now, I think it's important to reflect on the incredible potential of the digital age to accelerate our journey towards mastery.
All right, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into mastery. And I have to say, this conversation has really stretched my thinking about what it means to be a master in today's world.
It's a concept that's constantly evolving, isn't it? As we look toward the future, it's fascinating to consider how the path to mastery might continue to adapt and transform.
So what might the future hold for those seeking mastery? What new challenges and opportunities might emerge as technology advances and the world continues to change at an accelerating pace?
Well, one of the most significant trends shaping the future is the rise of artificial intelligence. AI. It's already impacting countless industries, and its influence will only continue to grow in the coming years.
AI is certainly a hot topic these days, but how will it specifically impact the pursuit of mastery? Is there a risk that human mastery might become obsolete as machines become increasingly capable?
It's a question many people are grappling with. Some fear that AI will make human expertise irrelevant as machines become capable of performing tasks that once required human intelligence and skill.
So certain jobs and professions might become automated, potentially leading to widespread disruption in the workforce.
That's certainly a possibility, but I believe it's more nuanced than a simple humans versus machines scenario. AI will undoubtedly automate many tasks that currently require human skill.
Yeah.
Potentially leading to shifts in certain industries.
So some jobs might become less relevant while new ones emerge.
Right, exactly. But AI will also create new opportunities for mastery by freeing us from those repetitive, mundane tasks. AI has the potential to liberate human creativity and ingenuity, allowing us to focus on those areas where we truly excel.
So it's not about competing with AI, but about finding ways to collaborate with it, to leverage its strength,
Yeah.
to enhance our own pursuit of mastery.
Exactly, and this requires a a shift in our thinking about what mastery, what mastery means in this evolving landscape. It's no longer just about, technical skills or specialized knowledge.
So the definition of mastery itself is evolving.
It is in a world increasingly driven by AI. Those uniquely human qualities that machines struggle to replicate will become even more valuable.
So things like critical thinking, emotional intelligence, creativity, intuition, complex problem solving, and the ability to connect with others on a deep, meaningful level.
Precisely. These are the areas where humans will continue to excel, even as AI becomes more sophisticated. And it's by focusing on these uniquely human strengths that we can carve out our own paths to mastery in the age of AI.
So it's not about resisting technological advancement, but about adapting to it, about finding ways to leverage these new tools to enhance our own human potential.
Absolutely. And this brings us to another important trend shaping the future of mastery, the growing emphasis on interdisciplinary thinking.
So breaking down those silos between different fields of knowledge and recognizing the interconnectedness of different disciplines.
Exactly. The most complex challenges facing the world today, climate change, poverty, disease, they require a more holistic, integrated approach.
We can't solve these problems by working in isolation, by staying confined to our own narrow areas of expertise.
Precisely. Solving these complex challenges, it requires collaboration across disciplines, bringing together diverse perspectives and skill sets to find innovative solutions.
And this means that masters of the future will need to be comfortable working across those traditional boundaries, connecting ideas from different fields and synthesizing knowledge from multiple domains.
They'll need to be adaptable, flexible, and open to new ways of thinking, able to see the connections between seemingly disparate fields.
So it's not just about being a specialist in one narrow area, but about becoming a generalist, someone who can connect the dots, see the bigger picture, and bring together different perspectives to solve complex problems.
And they'll also need to be skilled communicators, able to explain those complex ideas to people from different backgrounds and disciplines.
So it's not just about having the knowledge, but about being able to share it effectively, to inspire others to action and to collaborate towards a common goal.
Exactly. And this brings us back to the importance of social intelligence, which we discussed earlier. In a world that's becoming increasingly, interconnected and complex, the ability to understand and navigate, human relationships is more crucial than ever.
It's like the glue that holds everything together. The ability to build trust, to communicate effectively, and to inspire and motivate others.
Masters of the future will need to be incredibly skilled in this area. They'll need to be able to build strong relationships, to collaborate, effectively across disciplines, and to lead teams toward a shared vision.
And to do all of that in a world that's increasingly digital and globalized, where communication and collaboration often happen virtually.
It's a tall order, but I believe these are the skills that will define mastery in the years to come. It's not just about individual achievement anymore. It's about using those uniquely human skills to create positive change in the world.
As we've been discussing these trends shaping the future of mastery, I'm curious about your perspective on the role technology will play. Will it be a force for good or a source of distraction and division?
Technology is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It all depends on the intentions of those wielding it.
So it's not about technology itself, but about how we choose to use it.
Exactly. We can use technology to distract ourselves, to numb our minds, to spread misinformation, and to further isolate ourselves from the real world.
Or we can use it to connect with others, to learn new things, to create art and beauty, to solve problems, and to build a better future.
The choice is ours, and that's one of the most important takeaways from our deep dive into mastery. It's not about, following a set path or achieving some predetermined outcome.
It's about making conscious choices,
Yeah.
about using our skills and knowledge wisely, and about striving to make a positive impact on the world around us.
It's about embracing the journey with all its challenges and uncertainties and using it to become the best versions of ourselves.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final provocative thought. What what small step can you take today, right now, to start applying these principles of mastery in your own life?
What spark of curiosity can you ignite? What challenge can you embrace? What skill can you begin to cultivate?
Remember, the journey to mastery is not about seeking shortcuts or achieving perfection. It's about embracing the transformative power of focused effort, deep immersion, and continuous learning.
It's about discovering your own unique path, honing your skills, using your knowledge to make a positive impact, and ultimately leaving the world a little brighter than you found it.
And that, my friends, is a journey worth taking.